Have you ever wondered why the women who sweep men off their feet in their 20s often aren't the same women they yearn for later in life? It's a fascinating truth that many people don't talk about openly. The reality is, by the time most men reach 50, their idea of the perfect partner has shifted so profoundly that even their younger selves would hardly recognize it. When they're young, many men chase after beauty, charisma, and the thrill of the new. It's natural. Youth is often guided by impulse, ego, and the endless search for validation. In those early years, it's easy to mistake the rush of attraction for the substance of love. A stunning smile, a fashionable style, a magnetic presence. These are the things that seem to matter most. The energy of youth pulls them towards surface-level connections that burn hot but often burn out just as fast. Yet as time passes, experiences pile up. Heartbreaks, mistakes, moments of loneliness, and fleeting highs that leave a deeper emptiness all leave their mark. Slowly, men begin to understand that a beautiful face means little if it's not paired with a beautiful heart. A lively conversation is empty if it lacks honesty, empathy, and real connection. Real intimacy isn't about perfection. It's about trust, shared dreams, vulnerability, and building a life hand in hand. With every decade, priorities naturally shift. The once glittering allure of the superficial fades in favor of what truly feeds the soul. Trust, true companionship, emotional safety. These are the treasures that men begin to value above all else. It's not about how loudly someone laughs at your jokes or how enviously others look at your partner. It's about who stays by your side when life grows quiet, or hard, or uncertain. Stay with me, because at the end of this journey, I'll reveal a heart-stirring truth. A truth that could completely transform how you view love, relationships, and lasting connection. If this resonates with you, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more heart-to-heart advice, and share it with someone who might need this encouragement today. I'd love for you to comment below and tell me, what have you learned about love? As you've grown older, your story could inspire someone who's still searching for their own. In their 20s, most men are pulled by a powerful current they don't even realize they're swimming in. It's a current made of youthful bravado, peer pressure, and the half-formed belief that love is about winning the prize of physical beauty. At this age, attraction is like a firework, bright, dazzling, thrilling, but ultimately fleeting. It dazzles the eye, but often leaves the heart untouched. Men are drawn to what sparkles, a pretty face, a glamorous aura, the superficial markers of success in love. The truth is, at this tender stage of life, many men lack the depth of experience needed to see beyond the surface. They often confuse physical chemistry with emotional compatibility. Late nights out, whirlwind romances, and passionate but shallow connections dominate these years. They chase excitement, not realizing that excitement fades without the foundation of friendship, trust, and shared values. It's not a failure, it's a rite of passage. In their 20s, men are still piecing together their identity. Every relationship, whether it ends in heartbreak or fades away quietly, teaches them something invaluable. They're learning to distinguish between fleeting pleasure and lasting joy. They're discovering that while beauty may turn heads, it is kindness, integrity, and emotional presence that truly capture the soul. Through trial and error, heartbreak and triumph, men in their 20s start to gather emotional wisdom. They begin to recognize that love isn't a prize to be won, but a partnership to be built. Every broken heart teaches a little more about patience, about compassion, about the power of listening. Without judgment, every failed romance carves out a deeper understanding of what truly matters. At the heart of it all, The 20s are a time of searching for self, for connection, for meaning. Though it often feels messy and confusing, it's through these experiences that men slowly shed the illusions of youth and move closer to the profound, soul-stirring relationships they will one day seek. It's the silent lessons learned in the aftermath of excitement that prepare them for the deeper love that lies ahead. And the most beautiful part, these lessons aren't just preparing them to find love. They're preparing them to recognize it when it finally arrives. Then somewhere in their 30s, the world shifts beneath their feet. It's not sudden, like a lightning bolt. It's gradual, like the steady change of seasons. They wake up one day and realize the things that once thrilled them now leave them feeling hollow. The endless parties, the casual flings, they don't nourish the soul. The late-night texts and fleeting moments lose their sparkle. Men begin to yearn for something deeper. They want connection, laughter that echoes through the quiet nights, someone whose dreams dance alongside theirs. They start to recognize that true beauty is felt, not just seen. A woman's spirit, her kindness, her passion for life, these become magnetic. It's in the way she listens, the way she makes the ordinary feel extraordinary, that she captures their heart. Career ambitions matter too, not because men seek a paycheck from their partners, but because a shared vision of life builds stronger foundations. Two people striving, side by side, create a bond that's hard to break. They imagine building a home, creating a family, sharing a future with someone who wants to build, not just consume. During this time, men also begin to reflect on their own growth. They recognize their own shortcomings, their previous immaturity, and realize that a strong relationship is built on mutual respect and emotional maturity. They don't just want someone to accompany them to social events or vacations. They want a true partner, someone who is invested in building a meaningful life together. Emotional intelligence becomes incredibly attractive. Men are drawn to women who are self-aware, who can communicate their feelings openly and without fear. Vulnerability is no longer something to avoid. It's something to cherish. It's in these open-hearted conversations, the late-night talks about dreams, fears, and hopes, that real intimacy is born. The kind of woman who captivates a man in his 30s is someone who values depth over drama, who nurtures her passions, and who isn't afraid of the quiet, ordinary moments. It's not the grand gestures that matter most anymore. It's the ability to find magic in the simple rituals of daily life. A shared meal at home, a quiet walk after a long day, the small acts of kindness that weave two lives into. These are the moments that matter. Men at this stage begin to understand that a true partner doesn't just stand beside you during the celebrations. They hold your hand through the challenges, too. In their 30s, love begins to feel less like a game to win and more like a legacy to build. And it is this powerful shift that paves the way for the kind of enduring, soul-deep relationships they will seek in the decades to come. As men move into their 40s, the importance of emotional intimacy takes center stage. Many have tasted the bitterness of broken dreams, divorce, loss, the sting of loneliness. The stakes are higher now. They no longer want a fleeting romance. They long for a partner who truly gets them. They crave a connection that doesn't have to be explained, a love that feels like coming home. Trust becomes sacred. Authenticity matters more than appearance. Men want to be loved not for their wallets or their status, but for their truest selves, flaws and all. In a world that often values image over substance, finding someone who sees through to the soul feels like a miracle. Women who are grounded, compassionate, and emotionally available become treasures. Beyond measure, a stable career, emotional maturity, and a nurturing spirit become far more attractive than superficial beauty ever could be. It's her laughter at the end of a hard day, her unwavering support during life's storms, that make her unforgettable. By their 40s, men are often more attuned to the intangible qualities that make a relationship thrive. They admire resilience, the ability to rise after setbacks, to forgive, to keep believing in love, even when the world has been unkind. They seek a woman who can be their sanctuary, a partner who brings peace to a restless heart. In this season of life, emotional depth becomes the most alluring quality. A woman who can engage in meaningful conversations, who shares wisdom born from her own life experiences, becomes a beacon of light. Men are drawn to those who not only listen but understand, who offer empathy instead of judgment. Physical attraction still matters, but it is no longer the driving force. Beauty is found in a kind smile, in a reassuring touch, in eyes that radiate warmth and compassion. True beauty, they realize, cannot be captured in a photograph. It is felt in the quiet, powerful moments of real connection. For a man in his 40s, the dream is no longer a picture-perfect romance. It's a partnership built on trust, shared dreams, laughter, and unwavering loyalty. It's about weathering life's inevitable storms hand in hand, about building a home that feels safe and sacred. The woman who captures his heart at this stage is someone who knows her worth, who loves deeply, and who inspires him to be his best self, not through criticism, but through unconditional support and belief. And so, as men move through their 40s, they find themselves seeking not just love, but a true life companion. A partner who sees them clearly, loves them wholly, and walks beside them on the beautiful winding road of life. Then comes the 50s, a decade of profound wisdom. Men at this stage often see relationships through a crystal-clear lens. It's no longer about proving anything to the world. It's about finding peace, partnership, and joy. Financial stability matters, yes, but not for materialism's sake. It's about creating a life of security and freedom together. Emotional compatibility and kindness now outshine every other trait. They want a partner who will sit beside them in the quiet moments, who understands that love is as much about presence as it is about passion. In this golden stage, men seek women who bring light into their lives, women who laugh easily, love deeply, and live with grace. Women who have weathered storms and still believe in sunshine. It's about shared sunrises, quiet cups of coffee, and hands held through every high and low. It's not about flashy gestures. It's about small moments of connection that build an unshakable bond. The 50s are a time when men yearn for authenticity above all else. Pretenses fall away, and what matters most is finding someone who accepts them as they are, someone who sees their scars not as flaws, but as proof of a life well lived. They want a partner who understands the value of forgiveness, who knows that love grows stronger not despite imperfections, but because of them. The woman who captures a man's heart in his 50s is radiant from the inside out. She carries herself with quiet confidence, with the wisdom of someone who has weathered her own storms and still dares to dream. Her laughter has a depth born from resilience, and her kindness isn't naive. It's hard-earned, genuine, and freely given. Real love doesn't demand perfection. It celebrates authenticity. Men who have lived, who have learned, are captivated not by a flawless facade, but by the perfect imperfections of a genuine heart. They cherish the woman who is unapologetically herself, who has traded youthful insecurity for the serene beauty of self-acceptance. Stay with me until the end, because here's the tender truth. You don't have to chase youth to be adored. You don't have to erase your wrinkles, hide your experiences, or pretend to be someone you're not. You just have to be genuine. The women who embrace their true selves, with all their beauty, wisdom, and warmth, become the most breathtaking of all. If you've ever felt this transformation in yourself or someone close to you, comment below. I read every word, and your stories mean more than you know. Sharing your journey could inspire someone else to believe that the best love stories don't happen in spite of age, they happen because of it. And here's the golden insight. I promised, the secret to lasting love isn't found in youth, wealth, or beauty. It's found in vulnerability, resilience, laughter after tears, hope after disappointment, and a willingness to keep believing in love despite it all. It's about choosing each other again and again, not because you have to, but because your heart still says yes every single day. That's what turns a fleeting spark into an eternal flame. A love that doesn't just survive the years, but thrives because of them. Your story isn't over. In fact, the most beautiful chapters may still be ahead, so take heart. Love, real, rich, soul-deep love, is not a prize reserved for the young. It's a reward for the brave, for those who dare to keep their hearts open through it all. And you, just as you are more than ready to write those beautiful new chapters. If you found value in this journey, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs to hear this today. Your support helps us continue bringing heartfelt advice and inspiration to more wonderful people like you. And please, comment below. I'd love to hear your story, your thoughts, or simply where you are on your journey. Let's keep building this amazing community together.